Hi guys, it's Mita King, and I'm here with a short video on the Smash Bros. Ultimate 9.0.1 changes. Now, this video is going to be pretty short, but I'm basically just going to tell you that it's mostly based around Steve and Steve's glitches. Now, I actually predicted that this would be what it was going to be on the prior day, so I actually got some examples recorded to show some of the glitches where there was block glitches and there's collision glitches where the blocks either you pass through them, or it makes you pass through the stage, or some unintended effects. There's also some glitches with the minecart, where the minecart can freeze you in place, among other things. So I'm going to start listing I'm going to be showing some examples of like the before and the after from what the patch was before, since, you know, I just predicted that this was going to be what was changed. And then the after, which I recorded now, so you can see some of the differences. I recorded some of the examples. Some of the notable changes have been certain moves, such as like Samus's jab, or different dash attacks, or smash attacks, or various moves, making you fall through the stage. One easy example of this is Samus and Dark Samus. When you double jab, you fall through the stage, and in the new version, you do not. There's going to be many examples where something similar happens, and it makes you fall through the stage in the past, and that is no longer the case. There's a lot of these different types of setups, and I was not able to fall through the stage anymore. There was also some examples where the minecart, if in a Steve Ditto, if you down smash in the Ditto, you get hit in the minecart, and then you actually freeze in place, and then you're just stuck there the rest of the game. You're just frozen in place. Well, now what happens is that you just pop out like normal. So that was a glitch in the past that has now been fixed. There's also other glitches that I didn't manage to record from before, but basically there's glitches using like the interactions with like items. Sometimes also causes freezing using certain assist trophies, Pac-Man Hydrate and stuff. I didn't record all of those. There is still one glitch that's still in though, interestingly enough, and that's King K. Rool can still triple jab if you place a block on level 1 and level 3 with a gap in the middle, and King K. Rool does the rapid jab. He actually floats in the air, and I was surprised to find that that's still in. So they really focused on collision through the stage, but the floating King K. Rool still works currently. And King K. Rool can still walk over blocks, which is kind of funny looking. There's also a very major glitch, which I'm surprised I didn't find out until very recently, where Meta Knight, after dying once, he can pass through blocks. So in the past, on Meta Knight's first stock fighting Steve, he'll interact with blocks like normal, you know, nothing different. But then after Meta Knight gets KO'd once, suddenly all blocks would not interact with him. I guess Meta Knight is so unpopular in Elite Smash that people just did not find this out as quickly as you'd expect, even though it's super, super obvious. In the past, one cliffhanger, so Meta Knight grabbing the ledge will reset this. But now, that no longer works. Now he interacts with blocks normally, even after getting KO'd, which is, you know, the way it was supposed to function. It was clearly just a programming oversight in the past. But yeah, that's also been fixed. There are also situations where the anvil could have interesting effects, where the anvil could make you fall through the stage, but I've not seen video footage of those before, but apparently those are fixed too. So mostly this patch is about fixing Steve's collisions for the glitches through the stage, and anything to do with blocks, block interaction, blocks pushing you through the stage, and minecart glitches. Those are like the basic ideas of the patch. There are still some glitches that are still in the game. For example, the Pokemon Zoroark, you know, it can freeze if you hit Steve with it and then hit him with a hammer. It can freeze the game, and as you can see on the demonstration on the screen, it also crashes the game. That's still in. You know, as I mentioned before, the floating K. Rool is still in. And you know, when you place a block off stage and then do the anvil and then grapple, it still brings characters to the bottom of the screen, bringing them down and Steve up. Not sure if that's intentional or not, but it's still like, as you can see, there's still like a lot of things they didn't cover. So I would not be surprised, you know, to see another future patch on this. In addition, there's actually some interesting side effects as far as the blocks go. The way characters interact with the blocks might be changed by a very tiny margin, for example, and this can have very big competitive aspect changes. One notable example of this is Samus. Samus and Dark Samus used to be able to do their grounded up B on the stage Yoshi's Story, which is one of the it's a legal stage in most tournaments, and this is one of Samus's best stages, specifically because she can just up B, and you know, if she's in the middle of the stage or pretty much half the stage, an up B at a shield will land her on the top platform, and now that will not be the case, which means an up B at a shield, you know, in case you miss, it's a lot riskier now. So that's actually a very big deal. As somebody who plays Cloud myself, I used to play a lot of characters who did like up B's out shield, like Lucina. I used to play in Cloud a lot, and I still do a bit with Cloud time to time. And I can tell you that those characters are way better on stages like Battlefield than they are on FD, because landing on the top platform is just really important, because then the risk reward for you doing the up B, you know, because there's always going to be a chance you're wrong, or you get baited, or it just doesn't work out as you want. So being able to land on a platform there is really significant. So this actually nerfs Samus quite a bit. A stage that was once amazing for Samus is now much, much worse for her. Something that was considered one of her best stages now might be one of her worst stages. To mention the Yoshi Story up B, I want to first mention that I did not do extensive testing with this with Cloud in 9.0.0 version, but I did test the 9. In the new version 9.0.1 that Cloud's up B. It works most of the time. Like if you do normal up B and then mash it, for example, that works. But there's some instances where it doesn't work. Not sure if that's common knowledge or not, but just letting you guys know. And honestly, I'm not sure if that was changed or not, since I can't compare to the old version. But I'm just letting you guys know that, since I don't think that's common info. It's because I think that they changed like blocks around, so they probably changed how like characters interact so that they don't get pushed through stages and stuff. I'm sure there was more done to the coding. It depends really on how they coded it. In addition to that, another thing was discovered and confirmed besides the Samus up B thing. It was Zelda's down B. It's Phantom displacement. That's quite a bit different too. So basically, in a nutshell, I don't really play Zelda like this, so I can't go into detail. But from what I read on Twitter from Zelda mains and other people, apparently it's a lot easier to just have the Phantom protect you. There's a lot more setups you can do. In the past, it was like you had to do it in a very specific way in specific situations. And now the ease of execution is much easier. Like you can jump back and just do it. You can full hop neutral B and then just do it, and you can place Zelda behind the Phantom, which is very useful for Zelda against projectile-based characters. You know, obviously having the Phantom in front of Zelda is better because it's protecting her, because the Knight is actually protecting her from young Link's fire arrows or just whatever. So that actually is a nerf to Samus on Yoshi's Story, and this is a buff to Zelda on every stage, notably Zelda against projectile-based characters. But this is just a straight-up buff to Zelda. I'm sure more stuff will be discovered, so I just wanted to mention all that stuff. If you guys find out more stuff on this topic, let me know in the comments below, because this has just been like what's been found out in the last, like, I don't know, 24 hours or so. I'm sure that more will eventually be discovered, probably, in the future, because there's just a lot of combinations. Like, I didn't even hear about the Steve Menite thing until, like, almost a week after Steve came out, where Menite walked through the blocks. Obviously, that's been removed, but it just goes to show you how, like, you know, a lot of stuff could be here, but it might not be like publicly discussed yet. There's been another change where Steve's meat, where Steve eats his meat. Steve eats a piece of meat at the end of a battle. Like if Steve wins the match, he eats it, but then he's still holding it after it's done. So he's still holding his piece of meat. And what they did is they removed that. Now the meat just disappears. It's like you eat it, and then he's no longer holding it. It just goes away immediately. So yeah, these are pretty much the 9.0.1 glitches. And besides the examples I'm showing on the screen, there's not really much more to say. That's pretty much all they were covering. Steve glitches, pretty much what you'd expect, so that the game would function normally. Well, with that said, thanks for watching my video, guys. Share it if you want to spread word on it or just whatever. And before you guys leave, consider checking out my Ultimate tourney. I have a once-a-month Ultimate tournament. The next event is November 6th through 8th. Ultimate will be on November 8th, which is Sunday. It's smash.gg/FPS online. This will be linked in the YouTube description below. I hope to see you guys sign up there. I have Ultimate, Melee, Rivals at Aether, Smash Remix, and Kirby Fighters at this event. So yeah, definitely check out the YouTube description below. There's many ways to support. Well, with that said, I'll see you guys later.